Hi students, so welcome to our Module 1, Introduction to Information Security. We're going to dive into the understanding of the basic principles of cybersecurity and how it impacts the facets of our digital lives. So let's explore the exciting world of cyber. Again, quick introduction. My name is Catherine Dumas. I do have a PhD in information science that I did obtain at the University of Albany. I also have a master's of information science at UAlbany. And this is my primary email. And also, I have recently finished my role as visiting assistant professor at UAlbany in the cybersecurity department as of the end of the semester. But I am going to stay on as teaching a class per semester because I've taken a new position as the director of IT training for New York State Information Technology Services. And that's an exciting job. And I've already actually started it, and I'll be developing a tech academy for technology training for ITS, New York State ITS employees. So cybersecurity, AI, cloud computing, and that sort of thing. And also I will be able to help students get some internships. So I'm looking forward to working in my role there and also staying connected with all of you here at UAlbany. My office hours are by appointment, and we just need to set that up. So what we're going to talk about is some stuff that's in the news. Talk about what hacking is, and what are some additional, what is information security, right? And what are some additional qualifications for certifications that you can get. And then we'll talk about different security domains. And let's get started. So in the news, I like to just talk about things that are happening. Yeah, so the Salt Typhoon attack was one of the most significant cybersecurity incidents of 2024, and it targeted critical U.S. telecommunications infrastructure. So it was discovered in December of 2024. But this was a multi-year cyber espionage campaign, and it just demonstrates the sophisticated threats posed by state-sponsored actors to our nation's critical infrastructure. So Salt Typhoon is a Chinese state-sponsored advanced persistent threat, which is also known as APT. Lots of acronyms. So their campaign against major U.S. telecommunication companies like AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, and Lumen Technologies went on undetected for several years before they found out about it. And so the attackers gained access to very highly sensitive data, including call and text metadata, precise geolocation information, and in some cases, actual audio recordings of phone conversations. And they also obtained information, surveillance, and interception capabilities. So this case study really exemplifies several key concepts that will be covered in this course. So the nature of attack. So this is a very sophisticated, long-term espionage operation which combines social engineering, zero-day exploits, and supply chain vulnerabilities. It demonstrates the advanced capabilities of nation-state threat actors. Also looking at the vulnerabilities and threats. So the attackers exploited weaknesses in access controls, network segmentation, and monitoring capabilities. And so here, third-party vendor access became a very critical vulnerability vector. Also looking at security models. So the attack reveals gaps in the organization's threat model and the need for enhanced monitoring of privileged access, particularly in critical systems like lawful intercept infrastructure. And also in looking at defense mechanisms. So the detection of this attack required advanced network behavior analysis, also threat intelligence sharing, and cross-organization coordinations with different government agencies. In keeping with the security policies and procedures. This particular incident highlights the need for stronger policies regarding third-party access, right? Also audit logging and incident response procedures. So some of the key technical details, basically the attackers gained access to the telecommunications company's networks through multiple vectors, including exploitation of both known and zero-day vulnerabilities. They demonstrated advanced evasion techniques to maintain persistence, which allowed them to avoid detection, right? And they specifically targeted lawful intercept systems, which is an infrastructure designed for authorized government surveillance. And so what this does, it shows the sophisticated knowledge of telecom operations. And because there's this multi-year timeline, this shows that sustained motivation and resources available to nation-state adversaries, which is a problem. So this is some of the defense strategies. We would look at zero trust architecture, looking at network behavior analysis, also multi-factor authentication, and regular access audits. And so, yeah, some things we can think about basically is, how could telecommunication companies have detected this intrusion earlier, right? And also, what role should government play in securing critical infrastructure? What supply chain security measures would have been effective? So those are some things that we can think about in dealing with this case as a security analyst. So this attack illustrates that cybersecurity is not optional for critical infrastructure. It's essential. And so as security professionals, you must understand both the nature of these threats and the technical, procedural, and the organizational controls that are needed to defend against them. So we also have the Canvas LMS breach, which just happened in May, so hot off the press with this one. So on May 1st, 2026, Infrastructure, which is the company behind the Canvas LMS, which is also the world's most widely deployed learning management system, experienced a major cybersecurity breach. The threat actor group Shiny Hunters claimed responsibility, alleging they accessed data on approximately 275 million users across nearly 9,000 schools and institutions globally. So this represents the largest education data breach in history, and it affected students from K through 12 through postgraduate levels, as well as corporate and government entities. The data that was compromised, 3.65 terabytes of data, names, emails, student IDs, private messages, Canvas inbox and discussion threads. So just think about your courses on Brightspace, like all of this information was compromised, and also communications between students and educators. So here we're looking at the key vulnerabilities. So this breach scale is unprecedented in the education sector. It is the largest one. And we're looking at a lot of frameworks that this breach were triggering, like FERPA, which is the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, COPPA, which is the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, also state privacy laws. All states have their own. Most states have their own. And HIPAA may also be, a thing here. And the threat actors, the profile, Shiny Hunters, they were active since 2020. They became one of the world's most prolific data theft groups, believed to compromise small core membership base in Canada and France. Recently, they began vishing, which is voice phishing campaigns in 2025, which is on the rise. and they're part of a broader ecosystem with other things like scattered spider and the Lapsus, and they have like overlapping members within. And the roots are in youth cybercrime subculture known as the COM. So yeah, so this is very critical breach, and it's basically deals with everything that we need to talk about. And in short, without going through all of this stuff, this is a very disturbing trend in EdTech security. Back in 2024 in December, PowerSchool breach, there was a K through 12 admin software. 2.85 million ransom was demanded. March 2026, the Infinite campus breach, so 11 million K through 12 students were affected. May 2026 is this one. So it's showing that the education sector has become a primary target, right? And because there are, it does spread across many institutions, and also they do contain very sensitive private information about minors often. And oops, sorry about that.